Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Give It Since 92. Give you guys the latest and exclusive content, new music, entertainment news, and inspirational quotes by me. Queen's back at it again. So here is my thoughts and my opinion on this year's BET Soul Train Awards 2019. It was held in New Orleans, the theater in Las Vegas, Nevada. So here's my honest opinions and my honest critiques on this award show. But overall, I did enjoy the award show, and so let's get into it. So the award show was hosted and presented by Tisha Campbell and Tanisha Arnold. So they opened up the show with MJ Rodriguez, the popular and beautiful, talented transgender woman actress from Pose, the TV series. So they opened up with like a lot of high energy. The dancers, they were on point. You know, they were getting in. There's a lot of vogue, dramatic dancing. I got to see like really like the movement in terms of like how, you know, they opened up with like a lot of like high energy, and I love that they were able to put like their comedy and their stage presence and performance together. So I thought it was really good. They did a tribute to, of course, the one and only Janet Jackson, the Queen of Pop, period. And they performed I Miss You Much performance, and they performed Rhythm Nation. So overall, things started out really good in the beginning, and I love Tisha Campbell and Tanisha Arnold because both of them, they really, like I said, have maintained longevity in their acting careers and their careers overall. Throughout like the years. Of course, we know them as Gina and Pam from Martin. And of course, I grew up watching Martin and stuff like that. So it's good to see like two peers, and they are like close friends, to really still do what they do and still like impact a new generation. So that's really cool to see that. And I liked it. Let's see. So for the winners who won the best female R&B soul artist, her has really had a really good year. I would say probably maybe the last 2 years. And her, I'm a fan of her. She's a talented young lady. I love her music. She brings like that R&B, soul, and rock and alternative music. So it was really good and exciting to see her win the award for Soul Train. And I love how she's very like down to earth, and she has a lot of like wisdom for such a young age. But she was saying that she's grateful for doing what she's doing. And she says that, hey, the people that paved the way and built the, ground up from the singers and rappers and people that, hip hop, like everybody that really brought in, they changed the face of music, period. And she really stood up there with like grace and class, saying like, yeah, it's good to like, watch award shows, but you got to know the meaning and the history and the culture behind the award show. It's not just an award show, but she was saying that the people that were able to make the music and change the face of music and lay the foundation of how music is today. So it's really, really good. So her, you did a damn thing. So also there was this like Walmart helping the community, like the stores. It's like pretty much like a foundation and charity work of like children with like autism, and like helping families like who don't have much, and like lower income like communities, and like the projects. So anyway, that foundation is pretty much it helps a lot of people, children who, want toys for Christmas and all that good stuff. So that was going on. Also, it also replayed throughout the award show. And my another favorite performance of mine is the Sir performance. Now, Sir is one of like the new, refreshing, up and coming male artists. I haven't been checking out his music, but that dude is talented, and I need to listen to his music more. I feel that, it's good to see and hear like male artists nowadays. As I keep preaching, I keep telling that it's okay to, for them to have their own, laying their own sound, and it is what it is. I like that, you know, Sir really brings his A game when it comes to his performances, and he's from the West. So, sorry, he's from the West Coast, aka the West Side. So of course, the West Side is the best side. So yeah, don't at me, but it's all good. Um, so he performed with his brother D Smoke, and I like how talent runs in the family, and I like how his brother was able to play that piano, the instrumentation. He was just like doing his thing, and I feel that even listening to live performances and seeing like these male artists when they get up on stage, you can actually hear their live performances and their vocals. You can actually hear, them actually hit a note, and they're not, like I said, afraid to be vulnerable. So I gotta check out that dude's music out. So Sir, his performances was really good. I like that, it was really enjoyable. He had a lot of soul, a lot of emotion. That stage presence, he did really well. So I really enjoyed his performance of the night. And K Michelle. K Michelle's performance is another performance of mine that I really like, and I really think that it was like the highlight performance of the show overall, because K Michelle, she just released her song called Can't Stand the Rain, and I think it's called Can You Stand the Rain. Well, actually, if I make a mistake on the song track title, I apologize, and I did a review of the song. But she did I would say a rendition, or like more of a remake, but she made it her own song of like New Edition, Can You Stand the Rain. So her performance is really, really good. I like that, her stage presence has really gotten better along the years, because people will try to come for K Michelle for other drama and whatever, but K Michelle, hands down, one thing you can't say is that she can't put on a show. She can really, put on a show. She can sing live too, and she has a beautiful voice. I like that, K Michelle is able to really come to her own as an artist, and her artistry is more of like, R&B, hip hop, and she does a little bit of country music too. Well, she wants to do country music. Well, she has done country music, because I know her fans have said that she has done country music and she's been doing her thing in that department. But still, K Michelle, she can sing anything in my opinion, because I feel like she's versatile, and really, watching her perform that song with so much passion and so much like, that authentic, and her voice is very sultry. She got like that husky voice, but she knows how to like bring in like her range and her tone and her harmonies together. So it's really, really good that to hear, singers like K Michelle, they do still exist. So she shut down the house tonight. I really am really satisfied with her performance. So she did a damn thing. So 5 out of 5 for Miss K Michelle. And then we got to this other artist named Tamar. She had hit the stage for, I think, what's the name of this segment? It's like BT, like new artist or something like that. But she came out on stage and she performed Kind of Love. So it's really more like a soulful R&B, and she really is like a talented sister as well. So she can sing, and her harmonies and vocals are really intact. And one thing about, like I said, these upcoming new artists, I like to see different ranges and different like just a variety of different sounds and different the way how they're able to sing, because I know sometimes that to be able to have a distinct voice is really important nowadays, and be able to work on your craft is really important nowadays. So it's really cool. Also, the other performances that I like is Tiana Major 9 and Earth Gang performance Collide. They're promoting like that new movie called Queen and Slim that just came out. So that's good. I enjoy their performances. They had a lot of high energy, soulful R&B, and the rapping and singing. So that was cool. Um, the Best Gospel Inspirational Award, Kirk Franklin, he won that. So we already know Kirk Franklin is pretty much like, along with his peers, when it comes to gospel and taking you to church, he's going to give it to you. So congratulations to Kirk Franklin, who won the Best Gospel Inspirational Award. And Frank, Kirk Franklin, his speech was very inspirational. So he said, don't give up. He said some encouraging words, and he was able to, really, like I said, say, listen, I know we go through hard times, but you gotta keep pushing, you gotta keep going. So, like I said, you can make it, period. So, of course, preach Kirk Franklin. I enjoyed his speech. Let's get to, wait, hold on. Oh, the Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis tribute. Alright. Now this is the really most important segment. Well, the most important highlight of the show is Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. So both of them are legendary, period. When it comes to music, and when it comes to the creativity and the innovation of music and changing the face of music, because I grew up with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. And of course, Janet Jackson, aka Domina Joe Jackson, aka Miss Janet Nasty, aka all that. But they helped her out with her career. And also other artists such as like Morrissey in the time and Prince. And I love that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis are getting their flowers now, and people really recognize the extraordinary, the talent and the genius that they possess, and how they were able to really change the face of music, because really it wasn't no one like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. And it was like seeing how they were able to just be creative and be risk takers in music as producers, because for a while they were underground, but you had other artists that they had opportunities to work with along the way. And then we had like who performed, the legendary boy band Boys to Men and the singer Stokely. They did the damn thing. And like I said, when it comes to like male R&B artists that really paved the way in music and really like just go in for the kill, I grew up with like most of the 90s music. And Boys to Men, like I said, I love Boys to Men because they are like the iconic and legendary R&B boy bands of their time. And I really love how Boys to Men had like a sound that really they were able to work with Jerry. I'm gonna butcher these men's name up. They was able to work with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and really craft their own sound along with other artists. And I like how Stokely, he was able to come back and like I said, I heard of Stokely, but I wasn't into his music. But I remember the interviews and documentaries of like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, that they were able to just go in for the kill and not care about whether or not people like their music or what they created. But they was able like to really like just say, what, we're gonna create the sound that's unique, that's original, which is missing nowadays. And which, like I said, I feel like other underground producers, they can take note from Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, because hell, they did it, so more producers can follow the path and follow the tradition as well, and just say, what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this regardless of what people say, or if they think my ideas of music isn't good enough. I'm just going to go in regardless. And the artists that are interested in working with me, those are the people that matter to me the most, period. So anyway, So both of those performances were really good. I really liked it, both of the their stage presence, and I liked how that with um, you know the music is changing, the climate is changing, but like I said, when we have artists that really like came through the eras of like the 90s, the 80s, they really pushed the boundaries of music, and even you still hear those sounds today because people are always influenced, people are always inspired, and that's good. But also, I just want people to just don't be afraid to be creative and be original and do your own thing. Um, who won Best New Artist? Summer Walker. Congratulations to Summer Walker. She is a talented artist. She does have a fan base, and it's good to see R&B artists, especially the up and coming new R&B artists, put in the work and get the recognition. And like I said, I wish Summer Walker, a long-lasting music career. I'm going to check out her music one day. I feel like she is talented, but I know that artists that have like the potential, or they do, well, both combinations. But she pretty much is like, one of the new R&B female artists that's doing her thing. Wale and Jeremiah performance on Chill. That was a dope performance. It's one of my favorite performances. And also they brought out Kelly Price. It's been a minute since we've seen Kelly Price. Now Kelly Price, she's one of like the underrated like female R&B singers that came out like in the 90s, early 90s and early 2000s. So I grew up with her music. So Kelly Price, she can sing, so she did the damn thing too. And then Queen Naija came out with Good Morning Text, which is a soulful R&B song, and she has really gotten better with her stage presence. And even though I don't listen to Queen Naija as much, Naija, Queen Naija, I feel like her music is like in the department lane of like R&B, movie, alternative, hip hop, a little bit of all the combinations. But overall, she did a pretty good job. She can sing live, so that's a good thing. BET stage, music stage, who was performing? Pink Sweats. His name is, he's a new up and coming R&B artist, and I like that even seeing the talented new R&B brothers that can know how to sing and be able to guys, I'm sorry, I'm trying to push through this video, but I'm kind of feeling a little bit not my best tonight, but I will try to push through. Okay, Pink Sweats, he performed his song Honesty, and it has that soul R&B, and he can sing live too, so it's good to hear different vocals and hear a variety of the range and harmonies. Who else had got the Soul Cypher? Oh yeah, the Soul Cypher Soul Train Award came out with all these R&B like singers, and the male singers and female singers. We had like Anthony Hamilton, Keisha Cole, Erykah Badu, and some other people. I can't remember their names, but I apologize. But overall, they did a damn thing. They slayed, they snatched, killed. They really snatched and killed and fucking slayed, period. So let's get to Yolanda Adams, Lady of Soul Awards. No, Soul Train Lady of Soul Awards. Okay. Yolanda Adams. I grew up with Yolanda Adams. I think Yolanda Adams is a talented singer. She did pave the way in terms of like gospel and R&B a little bit, and pop. And I like that Yolanda Adams, she is getting her flowers right now where they're due. She is able, like I said, she's still relevant. She still puts out music, but I've always have liked it, Yolanda Adams, and I've always liked her encouragement and positivity with her music. And I really love how she always comes through when it comes to like a new era of music, but she still stays true to herself and stays true to her art, and she's able to really like stay true to like her artistry in the gospel world, and a little bit in the R&B world, and a little bit in the pop world, but she have always made it her own. And she, like I said, is a versatile artist. Yeah, so seeing her winning the Soul Train Lady of Soul Awards was really, really good. It was really refreshing. So shout out to Yolanda Adams. You did her good things, sis. And that was one of my favorite performances of the night too, because she got to perform her hit singles and all that good stuff. And then we got back to the Walmart Foundation, caring for the autistic children to help over 100 families. So that goes back to the Walmart Charity and Foundation, which is a good thing, because like I say, people who are genuine and willing to help other people, it really melts my heart, because I know how it is, to help people and help those in need, because I actually care too. And then we're going to get to Ro James, BJ Chicago, and Luke James is my favorite performance of the night too. The stage presence was like energetic, it was sexy, it was like, full of life. And even, like I said, seeing like these male artists getting more, exposure, making their, music, and being able to really like, have their own like creative side. And I know, before I've been kind of a little bit like, I wouldn't say nitpick, because I understand, it's good to see a variety of male artists do their thing. But I love how, like, the dancers were dancing, and they were just, getting in. So I like how that just being able to express yourself artistically is really, really dope. And let's see, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis got the Legend Award finally. So those two legends of all time, the music producers, they were able to stand, and really speak about how they started off in music and how they were able to, craft a new sound, and don't be afraid to take a risk and be able to just, really change, to really, 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 really change the face of music. And be able to like, oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry, I'm just rambling right now. Okay, whatever. So anyway, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis got up on there, and they have said, we appreciate the thanks, we appreciate the love, we appreciate everything we have done, what we have done, to, our own, we have done what we've done to, like, skips. Okay, sorry about this. Let's see. Okay, whew. Let me get myself together. Okay, so anyway, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, excuse me for the noise, guys, I'm sorry, but Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis got up on there, and they said, we appreciate the sound, we appreciate what you guys have done to support us throughout the years, and like I said, we really have been honored. We're really grateful that we're here to receive this award, and we have, actually, we should consider ourselves having the Living Legend Award, which the Living Legend Award is really, 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 commendable for us, because we're still alive to do what we do. So that's all they have said. I love Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis because their music and production was just so out there, to the point where there will never be a Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis period. So like I said, we gotta support them while they're here. But I really enjoyed how they were able to, like, really you know, share how they feel about music and have that passion, drive, and ambition. So it's all good. Um, the Blackness of Sound, Keep On Performance. They did the damn thing. They slayed, they snatched, because you already know Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they had made a contribution in the working with different artists. And also the SOS band came out. Everybody was getting down on the dance floor as well. And Alexander O'Neal and Sherelle, Saturday Love. We already know Saturday Love. Black family reunions, the black cookouts, and all of that good stuff. And then Mars Day came out. We already know Mars Day and the time. And that Signature Dance. I grew up with Mars Day and the time because I was listening to this music, you know, in my household. And also Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, you know, I think they talked about Prince. I think it was a Prince tribute. I think it was. And then the end of the show, they had ended the show, they wrapped it up. And then Tisha Campbell and Tanisha Arnold closed the show at the end. And I like to say that this award show was really good. I like that you know, talent, you know, was able to showcase, and people really appreciated who was able to you know, do the damn thing. My thoughts, my final conclusions, my final opinions of the Soul Train Awards 2019. It was enjoyable. I really enjoyed it. But I also feel like something is missing when it comes to like the thrill. I kind of wanted like other artists to like, you know, come out and showcase their talent. I wanted Ari Lennox to perform because that chick, she's talented as hell. She can sing and she can dance too. She know how to do a two-step here and there as well. And I like I wanted to hear Elle Varner and, you know, different other artists. So that's all my only thing of the constructive criticism. But overall, I give this album, not this album, sorry. Overall, I give this award show a 5 out of, no, not 5 out of 5. I would say a 4 out of 5. It was pretty good. But other than that, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it, and that's all that matters. So at the end of the day, I feel like the Soul Train Awards was good, and that's that. So yeah guys, I'm so sorry, I apologize. I'm just pushing through. I'm just going through some things a little bit, but I'm pushed through. I'll be okay. So if you hear me rambling, don't pay attention, don't pay no mind. You do have the right, if you feel like I'm kind of like rambling, you can skip to some of parts of the video, but other than that, it's all good over here. So yeah, yeah, the Soul Train Awards of this year, 2019, was really good, and that's all I gotta say. So tell me your thoughts, your opinions on the Soul Train Awards of this year in 2019, and you know, just let me know down below how you guys feel. What were you guys favorite performances, and let me know down below. So don't be afraid to like, share, comment, subscribe down below. Don't be afraid to hit that notification bell. Don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button. And as always, stay tuned on the next episode of Get Since 92, Dragon Ball Z narrative reference. Peace, bye bye, and this Super Saiyan is out. I love y'all.